This is my audience. Say hi. Okay, so now I'm gonna set it up. Okay. Hi guys, how are y'all today?
Good. It's okay, go ahead and answer and I'll finish after.
Who's early bird? Sarah Lucia? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Alright, bye-bye.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about type 1 diabetes. I'm here to inform you about what it is, what it differs from type 2 diabetes, and how they manage it. So first and foremost, what is type 1 diabetes? Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease that attacks the pancreas. There's no cure. It's not due to obesity. It's something that affects your entire body. It also affects your nerves. It affects the way you think. It affects illnesses, so you can catch illnesses easier. Everything like that. So what does that mean for your blood sugar? Everyone knows, for the most part, type 1 diabetes affects blood sugar, and it has to do with sugar. The common thing that people always think is that you can't have sugar. That means you absolutely can't have any sugar. That is just a myth. You can have sugar. Now, should you really be having sugar? Probably not. But you can have sugar. You just have to balance that sugar with insulin. Type 1 diabetes does cause your blood sugar to not only spike, but also drop for many different reasons. Literally, the weather outside can affect it differently. If you're sick, it could cause you to have a blood spike or a blood drop. The people I know personally that have type 1 diabetes, their blood sugar will drop when they're working out. So if they have like a blood sugar spike and for some reason nothing's working, you can chug water, you can exercise, you can do all kinds of things other than insulin to get your blood sugar down. You have to continue to work extremely hard to keep it balanced, which, carb count, complex carbs, etc. So complex carbs is not just like bread, rice. That's just, heavy carbs. Those are starches. Complex carbs would be like corn, because corn is still a carb.
Turns straight to sugar.
Yeah, it turns straight to sugar. Avocado is also a complex carb. Things like that, carrots. But it is a carb, but it's easier to burn off. It's easier to, for your body to process it because it's not a processed food. So that is something that helps you. Yes, it is a carb. You do have to count for it with your insulin, but not as much. It's really a bunch of math for some odd reason. That's just how it works. You do have to carb count because you have to know exactly how much insulin you need to put in your body. So you have to, I always save the cans or save the wrappers for nutrition labels because you have to know exactly how much is in a cup and so on and so forth, especially if you have a pump. But we're going to get to a pump in just a second. Okay, the symptoms. So normally type 1 diabetes starts out in childhood. And the symptoms that you look for in children, but adults can get it too, is extreme thirst. So if a child is just really, really thirsty and they for some reason just can't quench that thirst and they're just chugging water all the time, that's a symptom. Frequent urination, especially bedwetting, if they've been potty trained for however long. If they start wetting the bed randomly and nothing has changed, that's a common symptom, red flag. Extreme hunger, so if they just keep eating, but are not gaining weight and they're just starving, that's a common red flag. Then weight loss as well. The mood, if they're just, if you think that they're a behavioral child and it could literally just be diabetes. Also constantly tired. So if they're always tired and feel weak and literally just want to sleep all the time. Blurry vision and literally anything like feet pain, hand pain, feet falling asleep, hands falling asleep. Anything like dry eyes. Dry eyes is also a symptom. And there are more symptoms for adults as well, but that's just mainly for children to look out for. Type 1 versus type 2. So type 1 diabetes, like I mentioned in the beginning, is an autoimmune disease. Type 1, you're insulin dependent. So you have to use insulin to get your sugar down. There is no other cure. or no other way to get it down. It is mostly genetic unless you get it from a virus. There is a way to get it from a virus. And you mainly get it in childhood. Now lately there's been a spike of adults getting it. So apparently you can get it in your 20s, you can get it in your 30s now. It is starting to spike where adults are getting it more. So I'm not sure how that's happening. I'm going to do some more research on that for sure. Type 2 diabetes is affected by lifestyle factors. You are insulin resistant. So insulin is not just going to get your sugar down unless you have a special type of type 2. It's not necessarily genetic, and it happens more so in middle-aged people. How is it managed? So I've got a picture on here. I know I really can't see it. But I've got them checking their blood sugar. I've got them poking with a pin to check it. I've got them doing a shot. I've got them drinking water. And then right here is a pump, and that is called a CGM. So a CGM is literally something that you have to staple into your own body. Normally they do it on their arms, their stomach. You literally have to like stamp it into your body, and it has a needle in it, but the needle comes out and their blood is constantly flowing through this thing that you can check your blood sugar on. So that is normally connected to an app on your phone. And you can either manually check it, or sometimes the app will just tell you itself. If you don't have that, it's really difficult, and you have to constantly check your blood sugar. Yeah.
I had one on the back of my arm, and my phone, I would check it like this.
Yeah, see, and type 1 and type 2 can do that.
Right.
Other than that, it's really hard, and you just have to listen to your body, because when your blood sugar gets really high, it can cause you to feel like you're drunk, and if it gets really low, it can cause you to feel like you're drunk.
Yeah.
So you basically just have to listen to your body and know the difference between a high and low for you to manage it without a CGM. Technology, as much as I hate technology, it is helping in the medical field for the most part. There's also pumps you can have. So she's got a pump on right there. You literally have to have like a little computer right here hanging on your pocket with a tube that goes in, and it's constantly giving you insulin. They do have pumps that'll give you sugar water, but those are like more high tech right now. They're just now starting to come out with that. So I don't know if I would trust those just yet, because normally things like that have a few kinks. But you also are managing it by insulin. A lot of people who don't have the pump are on medication, and they're normally on 2 different types of insulin. A slow acting and a fast acting. And then your diet and carb count that we talked about, and exercise as well. Exercise just helps your body. Like if you are managing your carbs and managing your exercise, your sugar is going to be less out of whack because your body's not as stressed. And that's my work salad. Oh, mic drop. Okay. Thank y'all for coming to my TED Talk.
And
Thank
it was
you.
interesting because I didn't know about the pump was always constantly.
Yeah, the pump is constantly. So the pump is also, when you go to sleep, you have to turn it off, because sometimes your sugar will spike a little bit when you sleep for some reason. It's just how your body works. It spikes a little bit, and your pump will always panic. So there's a sleep mode that you can put on
Oh, for while
on
you're
your pump
sleeping.
while you're sleeping, so that it doesn't panic and make you drop in the middle of the night. So the pump really does help. I know a lot of people don't have the pumps, and they're kind of controversial, but I personally think that it lessens your anxiety.
Exactly. Well, thank you. That was informative.